Welcome to my latest video where I visited Coffs Harbour Golf Club and got off to a racing start. That's a breakfast ball. That's a genuine breakfast ball. It was a beautiful day and it's a beautiful course. I was lucky to visit it on my time down there in Coffs. Wanted to check Bonneville out as well, but that was not on the cards, unfortunately.
Good layup.
So we get started here, and things continue to look pretty similar to my first swing of the club. Didn't see a range there, so I really didn't get a warm-up, but not sure that's an excuse for some of this play. Though I do promise it gets better, though it can hardly get worse. This was a good shot.
That's a good shot.
I agree. Couldn't finish it off, unfortunately, for double bogey. Turning it into... Actually, that would have been triple, wouldn't it? 4 over.
Oof.
This one looked great.
Center of the fairway.
Not as great as it seemed. Third shot's when it really got bad.
Slow down, please.
And as you can see here, had trouble getting out of the bunker. And the courses I play don't have many bunkers, which speaks to the skill gap between myself and this course, because I really struggled there, as you can see. Texas wedge onto the green. Let's get this over with. Nope.
Come on.
I seem to be following the groundskeepers around the course. You can see them in the background there. So there's this constant humming and buzzing of machines as I played around the course, but otherwise I was pretty much uninterrupted. I had the course to myself to slap it about in this fashion. Got it out of the bunker and won this time. In a really slopey green. Took the ball further away from the pin than I started. Managed to keep it there that time. But you can see I'm already getting frustrated here. And we have to put this behind us. There's still a lot of holes to play. Not too bad a tee shot. Took me a while to find the ball, but eventually I did. Only to slap it into a tree. Managed to pop it out after that. Clear view of the pin, and once again just thinning these all day. Caught that one properly, but it went too far, and that's enough of that. I think it's fair, just for the mentality, to give myself a mulligan on that one. This one there was a little creek and it managed to bounce over it. So I was in a decent position here. Got some distance on this one. But it was this shot that made it all worth it. If only there was more shots like this.
What a great shot.
Now my counting was wrong here. This is a par putt.
And he nails it.
And a great one. More of that, please. Par 3, got under it properly. A little bit short. Texas wedge out to bump it up there, and it's looking pretty good. On for par here, boys. And a good putt, but not quite good enough. At this stage though, pretty happy with bogeys. Not sure why we missed this one. I think it might have been frustration getting the better of me and just trying to race around a bit. And you can see why I'd be frustrated there. Slapping it off the marker, and who knows where that went. Started picking up speed here with my game. Though again, still no one behind me. So, my own worst enemy really. This was a good tee shot. There was a lot of hazards here. You can see all those ground under repair signs. And this shot didn't end up too badly, though it wasn't a great one, because I've got a straight look at the pin here. Decided to be cocky and use my 3 wood hybrid, and out of the rough, no chance.
Not bad.
That one rolled off the green, and it took a couple attempts to finally put it away. Final hole of the first 9, and straight down the pipe. Second shot not so good, but was able to avoid the bunker at least. Got right under this shot, straight across the green. And once again, gave this one almost nothing. It's just such a quick green, and not able to pull it back, so double bogey to finish that 9. And I did go into the second 9 with the new mentality of, okay, I'm just playing another 9 holes of golf because that front 9 was terrible. Unfortunately, this one, pretty similar. Can't really call that a breakfast ball, but again, it's all about the mentality here. I need to keep my head. And the second shot wasn't bad, as in my second tee shot.
Probably a bunker there.
I managed to recover here, but didn't quite give this one enough.
What the hell?
Beautiful backdrop there. You can see the fountain, which I added a golf ball to. Managed to clean up a double bogey. You can see there that I've started the scoring over again as well, but we'll add it all up at the end. And again, this is some missing footage, but apparently I did not too bad to reach the green somewhat close to regulation. And it's another double bogey. Whoa, missed that one completely. I do remember thinking I changed my stance or I did something different. Wouldn't say getting cocky, probably just trying new things, because what I was doing wasn't particularly working. That one got a bit lucky and ended up on the fairway. Chunked that one. Did have some sand with us in the cart to fix that up. And it's in the right direction. This one goes close to the green, just on the edge of it. Needed to give it some to get it all the way there, and it wasn't a bad putt. Close enough to clean up for another double bogey. Par 3 here. Bunkers to the left and the right. Chose the one on the left. Fortunately, it stopped short of it though. Chipped it up, not a bad one. That's a weak part of my game, and it's not doing too badly to get it that close. This is a par putt. And whilst not a bad effort, not good enough. Bogey again. Cracked this one exactly where I was aiming it, because it does have a slope there. Unfortunately, I hit it too far. And eventually got my way to the green. Not all that fussed that we missed those strokes. though we're still doing better than we did on the front nine. This is the hybrid again, and I do the same thing with it that I did on hole 8. Got to get it from between some pine cones here and slap it up. This is when there was people coming up behind me, and actually you can't see anything here. This is just about 14 pixels because we had to switch cameras because my camera lady used up all my battery and her camera's not as good. But I was about to say you could see the bloke in front of me just on the other fairway there. He was a single as well. There was a couple of blokes behind me that on this hole were playing right up close to us, despite there really not being enough players to be that urgent about things. And I didn't want to rush the guy in front of me. But I don't like being rushed. This is actually when I had on this shot here, the bloke was on the green and kind of turned back and said something to me. I didn't hear him, so I said, "What's that?" And he didn't reply. And then before I took this putt, I asked him, like, "Oh, hey, I hope I'm not rushing you." And he just completely ignored me. So, I don't know. Maybe he didn't like that I was filming. I, in some ways, didn't like that I was filming this, but, I mean, the pace of play was fine. I don't know what his problem was. Actually, on this one, I hit it onto a neighbouring green, and then I was just, at this point, I've not had a great game. I'm a little bit frustrated. I tried to chip it off the green, and I'm really sorry, Coffs Harbour Golf Club and its patrons, because I left a bit of a divot there, and I realised afterwards, like, oh, yeah, I definitely shouldn't have done that. Had a quick look around. The old man might have seen it. I don't know. I think he would have had a word if he did. Alright, final hole. Another mulligan. This one went onto the other fairway, so I was a bit embarrassed and just took a drop on the other side of the path. Hit it to here, knocked it up onto the green. Nearly done with this terrible game. Would have been nice to finish with a bogey. You saw the movement on the ball there, though. It's a tough putt. These are tougher greens than I'm used to as a crappy player, but the second nine was much better than the first. Let's look at the numbers.